Today on Whiskey Bravo Adventures, we'll be running the Lockwood Trail out of Frazier Park, California. Today's run was with the Bakersfield Trailblazers 4x4 Club. Just a small group from the club. We were doing a pre-run of the trail before a more formalized club event. The trail's in pretty good shape. A little bit of tight brush, areas of tight brush like you're seeing here. If you're worried about pinstriping the side of your vehicle, then you might want to hold off on this trail right now. It's not too bad, but you're going to get some pinstriping. With all the water that we got, all the snow that we got this past winter, we're getting a lot of water now this summer. So this is, I believe, part of Lockwood Creek right here. None of the water crossings were of any significant issue at all.
Yeah, we were kids, baby, the time flew by. I mean, we didn't really had a fight. We were never really said goodbye. I can see your face, your face, your face, your face. We just need some peace of mind. I got a feeling we will be alright. I wanna live with you by your side. Do you feel the same?
I think the first thing I noticed about Lockwood Trail is just how steep the climb is right at the beginning of the trail. Here is a good example of just how steep it is. The trail also has a lot of rock on it. They're not huge rocks on the trail. I'd say probably most of the rock was about softball size or smaller. There's a good variety, but there wasn't any significant rock that you couldn't get over. But just with these steep inclines, you just gotta take your time on some of these climbs here with all the rock.
We've been in a lot lately. We can just talk about it. I know we can make it, baby. The word about ended. Maybe now is our time to make it. Our love is stronger than that. Do you believe that too? Look in my eyes, into my heart. I know I'm everything you pray for my love. Been waiting too long.
Here you can see out to the left, it did not take long to get up high. That's how steep this climb was. When I looked out the driver's side window, I was actually pretty surprised at how fast we had climbed up and how far away it seemed already from where we had started. The views up here again were just amazing. I know I say that a lot, but I just like being out on the trail. I like being up in the mountains, especially like the ridge trails that put you on the ridge of a mountain where you can just see for miles and really get a good idea of what it looks like around where you're at. It was a little bit warm today, a little bit windy, but it was still a pretty nice day to be out on the trail. Here's another good example of what the trail looked like with all the rock on it. Again, it's not a super big issue. You just got to take your time. That rock it's like kind of like driving on marbles at times. You know, if you're trying to attack it too fast, you're gonna be throwing a lot of rock. You're gonna be spinning on a lot of rock. So just a nice, easy climb, really. There's also a lot of switchbacks on this trail. A lot of switchbacks with inclines. Again, the camera really doesn't do justice at just how steep some of these climbs are. Here again, you can see the views from up here are just, I don't know, I find them incredible. I really like to see views like this where you can see for miles. It's one of my favorite things is to get out of the city and get up into any kind of mountain area like this. It's pretty dry here in this part of California, but you know, there's beauty in everything. You just gotta find it, really. You can see here there's a little bit of water runoff right here down through this downhill section, but again, there wasn't any serious areas of erosion. The trail's pretty easy, actually. There wasn't really anything that I would consider difficult at all on this trail. I would consider it a four-wheel drive trail, most of it four-wheel high, just because of a lot of those steep inclines with the rocks across the trail the way they are. But I'm sure it could be done in two-wheel drive. A fair amount of the trail was how you see it here, just basically a dirt road. And it was only in some spots that the brush was an issue. The majority of the trail, the brush was cut back pretty good. There's just a few spots that were kind of tight. This video is going to be a little bit longer than most of the videos that I post, but as I was putting the video together, I just decided to go ahead and let it run out, just so that anyone that wanted to see what the trail looked like could get a good idea from the video. There's sections that have a lot of rock across the road for 30, 40, 50 feet or more. And then there's sections like this where it's just pretty much easy driving dirt road.
Been in a lot lately, we can just talk about it. I know we can make it, baby, the word about end it. Maybe now is our time to make it. Our love is stronger than that. Do you believe that too? Look in my eyes, into my heart. I know I'm everything you pray for my love. Been waiting too long to find in the one. I will do everything you ask me, my love. Just look in my eyes, I know we need time. I know I'm everything you pray for my love. Been waiting too long to find in the one. I will do everything you ask me, my love. It's been so long I didn't see you on mine. You changed a lot, you look a different guy. I can't stop thinking about you since last night. Do you feel the same, feel the same, feel the same, feel the same? Imagine if we did it right. Yeah, I feel like we could be so tight. We can fix it's gonna be alright.
We're getting close to Sunset Campgrounds now, and this was the only turn that I found where it took a little bit to negotiate the turn. Most of us had 4-door Jeeps, and it still took us like a 2-point turning maneuver to get around this corner.
Yeah, we were kids, baby, the time flew by. I mean, we didn't really had a fight. We were never really said goodbye. I can see your face, your face, your face, your face.
Just wanted to give a shout out here to Mike for coordinating this run. I really appreciate it when people take the time to try and plan a run. And I really like going out with about 4 or 5 guys. Sometimes the club runs get a little bit big for me when we have 20 or more vehicles, but this was a really good run. And again, thanks to Mike and Misty for leading this run and coordinating it for the club.
We've been in a lot lately, we can just talk about it. I know we can make it, baby, the word about ended. Maybe now is our time to make it. Our love is stronger than that. Do you believe that too? Look in my eyes, into my heart. I know I'm everything you pray for, my love. Been waiting too long to find in the one. I will do everything you ask me, my love. Just look in my eyes, I know we need time. I know I'm everything you pray for, my love. Been waiting too long to find in the one. I will do everything you ask me, my love. It's been so long I didn't see you on mine. You changed a lot, you look a different guy. I can't stop thinking about you since last night. Do you feel the same, feel the same, feel the same, feel the same? Imagine if we did it right. Yeah, I feel like we could be so tight. We can fix it's gonna be alright. Do you feel me, babe? Feel me, babe? Feel me, babe? Look in my eyes, into my heart. I know I'm everything you pray for, my love. Been waiting too long to find in the one. I will do everything you ask me, my love. Look in my eyes, I know we need time. I know I'm everything you pray for, my love. Been waiting too long to find in the one. I will do.
And here's another water crossing. Again, we had a lot of snow this past winter, so now we're getting a lot of snow melt and runoff this summer. I wouldn't expect to see this kind of water depending on when you get to the trail, so your mileage is going to vary a lot on how much water you're going to encounter. But again, none of the water crossings were of any significant issue. None of them were that deep. So we are just about at Sunset Campgrounds, and that's going to wrap it up for this video. I will put a link to the onX off-road map for this trail in the description, but there you have it. Some of the highlights from Lockwood Creek Trail or Lockwood Trail. So we'll see you out there. Have a good one.